Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jew Jets Show. And the Jets just hired Tony Deuce to be our running backs coach. So earlier in the week, it was announced that the New York Jets were firing running backs coach Taylor Embry, who has been with the team since 2021. It was definitely an interesting firing at the time because Embry was one of Robert Saleh's untouchables last offseason whenever Nathaniel Hackett came into the building. And he also coached the running back to a near 1,000-yard season coming off of an ACL tear. So the firing of Embry was definitely interesting, but the Jets decided to replace him with veteran coach Tony Deuce, who's been with the Tennessee Titans for the past 6 seasons. In 5 of those 6 years, he was Tennessee's running backs coach. Now, Deuce has a very lengthy experience as a coach. He's been around coaching for a very long time. He started off in 1998 with Millersville University as their defensive lines coach, and since then he's worked his way up to the NFL. And while he was working his way up to the NFL, he coached a lot of different things. He's coached defensive line, defensive backs, the offensive line, the tight ends. He's been a special teams coach, a linebackers coach, a wide receivers coach, a punt team coordinator, a tight ends coach, and of course a running backs coach. So Tony Deuce has a lot of experience on every single side of the ball. So definitely a veteran, seasoned coach that the Jets are adding to their coaching staff. But how is he when it comes to coaching running backs? Well, during his time as Tennessee's running backs coach, they were very productive. Of course, Derrick Henry was one of, if not the best running back in the NFL over that 5-year stretch, putting up 2 2,000-yard seasons. The Titans also had good production from their backup running backs as well over that stretch. Guys like D'Onta Foreman and Dion Lewis had 500-yard seasons with Tony Deuce as their running backs coach. So he was not only able to get really good production out of Derrick Henry, but he was also able to get good production from Tennessee's backup running backs. And I do think that's one of the biggest factors the Jets looked at whenever they hired Tony Deuce. Can he get production from all running backs on the roster? Because while Taylor Embry was able to get good production from Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook did absolutely nothing. Michael Carter really didn't do anything with his 3 years with the Jets. Well, 2021 he produced, but the last 2 seasons with the Jets, Michael Carter really didn't do anything. And we really didn't get to see a whole lot of production from Israel Abanikanda as well. So maybe the Jets were thinking, you know what, we hire in a fresh new running backs coach, see if he can get good production from Israel Abanikanda, continue to get good production from Breece Hall, and see where that takes us. And who knows, maybe in 2025 we're going to have a completely different coaching staff anyway, but let's just see what Tony Deuce can do with our running backs. And overall, I like this hire. I mean, of course, he's a veteran coach. He got good production from Tennessee's running backs, and I think it's just a good hire by the New York Jets. What's is also interesting is that he used to coach for the Tennessee Titans, and a lot of this Jets offensive coaching staff used to be on that Mike Vrabel Tennessee staff. Of course, last offseason, Tennessee fired their old offensive coordinator, Ty Downing, who ended up joining the Jets as a passing game coordinator. They also fired their offensive line coach, Keith Carter, who ended up joining the Jets in the same role. This offseason, Mike Vrabel got fired, so of course, Brian Callahan gets hired, decides to not retain Tony Deuce, so he joins the New York Jets as the running backs coach, and the Jets also most recently interviewed Rob Moore, Tennessee's wide receiver coach for the past 6 seasons. And the Jets haven't let go of Zach Gonzalez yet, or at least as of our knowledge, it hasn't been reported. So maybe the Jets are going to be letting go of Zach Gonzalez, who followed Nathaniel Hackett from Denver to the New York Jets in favor of Rob Moore, Tennessee's old wide receivers coach. And what's also interesting is there's no real connection to Mike Vrabel on this coaching staff. I mean, Sal and him might be friends, but as far as I'm concerned, there's no real connection there. Like Nathaniel Hackett never had any connection to Mike Vrabel or the Tennessee Titans or none of that. So it's just interesting as to why the New York Jets are bringing in all these former Titan coaches. Maybe it means we're hiring Mike Vrabel in some sort of role, but I really do not know. But ladies and gentlemen, what are you guys' thoughts on the Tony Deuce hiring? Let me know down below, and I'm just signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.